There is a lot of space seaside also. Can come. Those who are here, they can move little bit, so they can also move. Okay, ready? Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Radhe Shri Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo bolo. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe Jai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Girdhari Gopal Girdhari Gopal Girdhari Gopal Jaya Girdhari Gopal जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की, श्री श्री गौर निताई की, श्री ललिता विशाखा देवी की, श्री श्री गिरिधारी गोपाल की, श्री जनार्दन जी महाराज की, श्री श्री राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। तप्तकांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हरे कृष्णा लाउडर प्लीज। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा। So thank you everybody for coming for Sunday feast program and grateful for inviting me. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavat, Canto 2, Chapter 10, verse number 35. Hare Krishna. अमुनि भगवत रूपे मयाते यनुवर्णिते उभे अपि न गृह्णन्ति मया माया सृष्टे विपश्चितः। अमुनि भगवत रूपे मयाते यनुवर्णिते उभे अपि न गृह्णन्ति माया सृष्टे विपश्चितः। अमुनि भगवत रूपे मया ते अनुवर्णिते उभे अपि न गृह्णन्ति माया सृष्टे विपश्चितः। अमुनि भगवत रूपे मया ते अनुवर्णिते उभे अपि न गृह्णन्ति माया सृष्टे विपश्चितः भगवत रूपे मया ते अनुवर्तिते उभे अपि न गृह्णन्ति माया सृष्टे विपश्चितः. Ladies, अमीयं भगवत रूपे मया ते अनुवर्णिते उभे अपि न गृह्णन्ति माया सृष्टे विपश्चितः. अमुनि, all these. अनुवर्णिते उभे अपि न गृह्णन्ति माया सृष्टे विपश्चितः. Amuni, all these. Bhagavat, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rupe, in the forms. Maya, by me. Te, unto you. He, certainly. Anuvarnite, described respectively. Ubhe, both. Api, also. No, never. Gananti, accept. Maya, external. Srishte, being so manifested. Vipaschitaha, the learned one who knows. Translation. Neither the above forms of the Lord, as just described to you, from the material angle of vision, is accepted by the pure devotees of the Lord who know Him well. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The impersonalists think of the absolute personality of Godhead in two different ways, as above mentioned. That means in the previous verses. On the one hand, they worship the Lord in His Vishwarupa, or all-pervading universal form. And on the other, they think the Lord's unmanifested, indescribable, subtle form. The theories of pantheism and monism are respectively applicable to these two conceptions of the Lord as gross and subtle. But both of them are rejected by the learned pure devotees of the Lord because they are aware of the factual position. This is very clearly mentioned in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which records Arjuna's experience of the Vishwarupa of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Adrashta purvam rishitosmi drishtva bhayena cha pravyatitam mano me tadeva me darshaya deva rupam prasida devesha jagannivasa. 11.45 Bhagavad Gita. Arjun, as a pure devotee of the Lord, never previously saw the contemplated universal form of the Lord, Vishwarupa. But when he did see it, his curiosities were satisfied. But he was not happy to see such a form of the Lord because of his attachment as a pure devotee. He was afraid to see the gigantic form of the Lord. He therefore prayed to the Lord to assume his four-armed Narayan or two-armed Krishna form, which alone could please him, Arjuna. Undoubtedly, the Lord has supreme potency to exhibit his multifarious forms. But the pure devotees of the Lord are interested in the forms in his forms as eternally exhibited in the abode of the Lord. This point is very important. I'll read again. Undoubtedly, the Lord has the supreme potency to exhibit himself in multifarious forms, but the pure devotees of the Lord are interested in his forms as eternally exhibited in his abode, that is divine abode, the spiritual world, which is known as Tripada Vibhuti, or the kingdom of the Lord. The new word, very nice word, Tripada Vibhuti, which means kingdom of the Lord. The Lord in the Tripad Vibhuti abode exhibits himself in two arms, two forms, either with four-handed or with two-handed. The Vishwarupa exhibited in the material manifestation has unlimited hands and unlimited dimensions, with everything unlimited. The pure devotees of the Lord worship him in his Vaikuntha forms as Narayan or Krishna. Sometimes the same Vaikuntha forms of the Lord are in the material world also by his grace, such as Sri Ramachandra and Sri Krishna, Sri Narasimhadev, etc. Thus the pure devotees of the Lord also worship them, which means those forms which are there in the spiritual world also appear in the material world, and those forms the pure devotees worship. Sometimes the same Vaikuntha forms of the Lord are in the material world by his grace, that is Ram, Krishna and Narasimhadev, and thus the pure devotees worship them. Usually the features shown in the material world have no existence in the Vaikuntha planets. This is an important point. Thus they are not acceptable by the pure devotees. That means worshipable forms of the Lord, they have to exist in the spiritual world. They can appear in the material world. Only those are worshipped by the pure devotees. Those are the forms which are only in the material world and not in the spiritual world are not worshipped by pure devotees. Point to note. Usually the features shown in the material world have no existence in the Vaikuntha planets. Thus they are not accepted by pure devotees. What the pure devotees worship from the very beginning are the eternal forms of the Lord existing in Vaikuntha planets. The non-devotee impersonalist imagine the material forms of the Lord and ultimately they merge in the impersonal Brahma Jyoti of the Lord. Whereas the pure devotees of the Lord are worshippers of the Lord both in the beginning and also in the perfect stage of salvation. Eternally, the worship of the pure devotees never stops, whereas the worship of the impersonalist stops after the attainment of salvation, when he merges in the impersonal form of the Lord known as Brahma Jyoti. Therefore, the pure devotees of the Lord are described here as Vipaschita, or the learned ones who are in the knowledge of the Lord perfectly. Hari Bol. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So this shloka is explaining to us the technicalities about where we should worship and where we should not worship. So very important differentiation is made here. In the previous verses, if you have heard and read, the Lord's Virat Rupa is explained. The Lord's impersonal feature is explained. And now it is explained here that these are the two different ways. These are the two different ways of looking at the Lord from the material point of view. So we know there are two kinds of transcendentalists. Those who believe in the impersonal aspect of the Lord as the be-all and end-all, and those who are devotees, who are believers in the personality of the Lord and serving Him and attaining His service as perfection of the Lord. While the previous group considers that merging in the effulgence of the Lord, which is Brahma Jyoti, is the ultimate goal of life. And the devotees of the Lord believe in the personality of the Lord, and they believe in attaining perfection in service to the Lord in a particular rasa. So there is a great difference in the two thought processes. In the impersonal thought process, there are two ways, or you can say two steps which are progressive. The first step is they worship the Virat Rupa of the Lord. All of you have read maybe the Bhagavad Gita where Virat Darshan is explained. This Rupa of the Lord is having thousands and thousands of arms. It has got multifarious features. At one angle, the Virat Rupa is seen Durga Devi, all the demigods, Surya, Chandra, Varuna, Brahma, everybody is included in that. And at from one angle, all the living entities are getting destroyed in the cycle of birth and death, and the Virat Rupa is consuming it. The rivers of the world are seen as the veins and arteries of the body of Virat Rupa, and mountains and every single item of the material existence is all inclusive in the body of Virat Rupa. That means all material world is be all and end all in this personality. So why this was shown to Arjuna? Because in the name of Arjuna, Krishna wanted to show the whole world that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Arjuna knew, but for the sake of the world, that tomorrow world should not debate on Krishna's being Supreme Personality of Godhead or not. That is why this particular form was shown. And Arjuna also was convinced, oh, what I was thinking, that this is my friend. This is my cousin brother. But yes, he is cousin brother and friend, but he is also the Supreme Lord, be all and end all. So he was like folding hands and offering prayers. But one of the unique features of his feeling was, he was not happy to see that beautiful form. Although it is explained that he got satisfied in his curiosity about who the Lord was, beyond his being friend and relative. But he was not happy and satisfied and pleased to see that form. It is not that he wanted to just keep on seeing that form. And he fell in love with that form. He felt like performing pastimes with that form. No, it was like, okay, enough. Please take away this form. I cannot take it any further. I understood. Please take it away. Please come back in your four-armed or two-armed form, like before. Because one cannot relate to this Virat Rupa. One can only see and know, but there is no question of relationships. There is no question of connection, and continuity also in connection is not possible there. So, what is important to understand here, that this particular form of the Lord as Virat Rupa, all-encompassing, all-consuming form, is simply the product of material energy of the Lord. All other forms of the Lord are divine. They are not the product of Trigunamayi Maya. Trigunamayi Maya is Bahiranga Shakti of the Lord, which governs the whole universe or universes, the material creation, under the three modes of material nature. And the Lord's forms and Lord's Vaikuntha planets and Lord's activities in Vaikuntha planets, in Goloka Vrindavan, are not the products of material energy, which does not exist there. What exists there is the internal potency of the Lord, Yogamaya of the Lord. And by the unlimited varieties of internal potency of the Lord is manifesting His variety of divine forms which exist in the spiritual world. He manifests variety of leelas, pastimes in the spiritual world, and the eternity full of knowledge and blissful situation exists over there. So this is the basic difference. Although the Virat Rupa of the Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, no doubt about it. But that doesn't exist in the spiritual world. This is very important to understand. There is no Virat Rup Darshan in any Vaikuntha or any Golok Vrindavan or any other spiritual planet over there. It begins here and it ends here. It has appeared many, many times. Not that only to Arjuna it has appeared. It also appeared to Duryodhan in the assembly. It's an assumed Virat Rup in the Kuru Sabha only. So like that, many places it has been manifested, but only in the material world. After worshipping this material form, the form of Virat Rupa, the impersonalist worshippers, they progress and they feel that this is also the product of that impersonal Brahma Jyoti, which is coming, which we know coming from the body of the Lord. They don't know that there is a person behind this effulgence. They feel this effulgence is the beginning, middle and end of the whole creation. From this effulgence, everything comes and everything gets destroyed. Everything is generated, including the persons who are persons coming from impersonal energy of the Lord. Even they believe that the Bhagavad Gita is spoken by that impersonal energy through the body of the person Krishna. But it is the impersonal truth within Krishna who is speaking Bhagavad Gita. So one can twist the knowledge out of independence in any way you want. But whichever way we twist the truth doesn't change. It remains the same. Whatever way you think. You can close your eyes or you can open your eyes and you can see angles and this way and that way. Truth doesn't change if you close the eyes. So they worship the impersonal Brahman and they worship Virat Rupa in the beginning, and the goal is to merge, and then they stop worshipping. They stop worshipping Virat Rupa after salvation in the Brahma Jyoti. They stop worshipping the impersonal Brahman also, because they become one with the effulgence of the Lord. That is why it is said Vipassita. The people who are learned. Who is saying this? Shukdev Goswami is saying this. For Shukdev Goswami, there is nothing like impersonal Brahman as the goal of life. For Shukdev Goswami, being a pure devotee of the Lord, having fullest personal realization of the Lord as the supreme person with all the qualities and pastimes and attributes, for him there is no confusion that, oh, Brahma Jyoti. Brahma Jyoti is one of the insignificant, sidelined effulgence of the Lord. Lord has many other energies and attributes. One of them is the effulgence coming from the body of the Lord. But it is important, it's not that insignificant in the sense it is like no value. It sustains all the Vaikuntha planets. It holds. And in that Vaikuntha planets float, and beyond that the Lord exists in Goloka Vrindavan in specialized spiritual world. So the devotees reject these forms of Virat Rupa because they know that it is a temporary form, it is not eternal form, although it is spiritual, but it is not eternal. They worship only the personality of Godhead, which is beyond this effulgence. Beyond this effulgence is the localized feature of the Lord, the Paramatma. And beyond that is the origin of this localized and impersonal energy of the Lord. Localized manifestation and the impersonal energy of the Lord. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti and Bhagavan iti Shaptate. Learned souls understand the Supreme Lord in these three categories, in the three progressive ways. One is by impersonal, all-pervading form of the Lord, Sarva Vyapaka form of the Lord. Then there is localized form of the Lord, which is also everywhere in every living entity. In between the two atoms also, He exists as Paramatma. And the Paramatma can be understood as impersonal aspect of existence, or Paramatma can be understood also as four-armed personality of the Lordhead, called as Kshira Udakshayi Vishnu, who is lying in the milk ocean, in the local Vaikuntha called Shweta Dvipa, in a particular Vaikuntha. He, the personality of Kshira Udakshayi Vishnu, is the one who expands in everybody's heart as Paramatma, four-armed form. So when the devotees do meditation, they don't do meditation on the impersonal Paramatma or the Brahma Jyoti. They worship, they meditate on the four-armed form inside the heart of every living entity, including his own heart. And then there is a person. So, in Paramatma Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami writes Shad Sandarbhas. Shad Sandarbhas, Sandarbha means references, divine references. So he has written 6 Sandarbhas, Granthas. So there is one called Paramatma Sandarbha. And it is divided into many Anuchedas, many other chapters like we have Adhyayas in Bhagavatam. So in that Anucheda 57, Jiva Goswami explains that pure devotees, why they don't accept the Lord's universal form as his actual form. Na grananti, they do not accept, because it is the product of Maya. Maya srishte. Virat Roop is not manifestation of the Lord's internal potency. It is not like the Lord's other forms, which are Chaturbhuja. Virat Roop is not above the material world of Maya, as Lord's other forms are. They are coming from the spiritual world, like Narasimha Dev, like Lord Ramchandra. He also has an abode called Saket or Ayodhya. Lord Vishnu has a abode, which is all variety of Vaikunthas. Virat Rupa is the creation of the material world only. In this particular shloka, text number 35, it forbids both these forms, Virat Rupa and impersonal aspect of the Lord. So there is something called as pantheism. Prabhupada mentioned in the purport. Pantheism means Lord is everywhere. Brahma Darshan. Everywhere the Supreme, the truth, the Param Satya is everywhere. Wherever you see Param Satya is there. There is no place where Param Satya is not existing. So this is called as pantheism. That means you believe that Lord is everywhere. Whether you can perceive, understand, feel or not, but he still exists everywhere. Whichever direction you see, up and down, 10 directions, he is always there everywhere. He is Sarva Vyapta. Sarva Gataha also, he can be going anywhere. So everything is God. You are God, I am God. The world is God. Every atom in the world is God. And sometimes the Guru say, if you are not God, I will make you God. I am God, you are God. Everything is God, all other thing is God, live and animate and inanimate. And then, if you feel you are not God, I will give you a mantra, you will become God. Everything is God. That is called pantheism. And monism means, the Lord is the impersonal energy of the Lord. That is the Brahma Jyoti is the Lord. Everything is impersonal. Brahman is the source of everything that exists. That means that pantheism is included in this Brahma Jyoti, coming from the Brahma Jyoti only. So both these things are not accepted by the pure devotees who are realized souls. Both are rejected by them. So again, I mentioned to you, but I'll repeat again, by seeing Virat Rupa, Arjuna's knowledge increased. His understanding of his friend increased. Along with being my friend, he is also the Supreme Lord. And he is be all and end all. Everything begins from him and ends in him. But it was not pleasing to him at all. Pure devotees are interested in eternally exhibited forms of the Lord, which are also there in divine abode of the Lord, called Tripada Vibhuti, which are either two-armed or four-armed. Virat Rupa has no existence in Vaikuntha planets. The non-devotee impersonalists worship Virat Rupa, and their worship stops after salvation. It is like generally the example they give, which is not actually practical and truthful, that when you want to cross the river, you take a boat. But when you cross the river, you leave the boat. You don't carry the boat on your head and walk. That's what they say. But the spiritual life is not explained like that. It is not proper to give this drishtanta. They also believe that boat is spiritual master. So you use the Guru to cross the ocean of birth and death, then you leave the Guru and go ahead. You don't need to have Guru. Similarly, they worship a particular form of the Lord or believe in the Brahma Jyoti. That also is incidental. It is not after they achieve so-called their end of their perfection, that is salvation and merging into the impersonal Brahman, they just stop worshipping everybody. One of the sannyasis I met in Himalaya, he said, when we take sannyas, we also give up Shikha and Sutra. Shikha means Shikha and Sutra means Brahman trade. No more Gayatri, no more Trisandhya, no more. They don't believe in tilak, putting tilak, everything they renounced. And in the end, they renounce the Lord also. That kind of high level of renunciation is there. While in Bhakti Marga, Vairagya is explained as Yukta Vairagya. That means you don't give up everything. Absolutely. You give up those things which are under the spell of Maya, the creation of the illusory energy of the Lord. You just don't give up. You just, when you sweep the house, if you find a gold ring in the kachra, you don't even, do you sweep that gold ring also? Because you know, in the ground, in the company of the other dirt. So whatever comes under my broom, it should be swept out of the house. No, you pick up. If you find a watch, or you find a gold ring, or you find something which is valuable, you pick up that and keep it back, and rest everything you sweep off, right? That is called Yukta Vairagya. It's not a sweeping mania that anything comes on my way, I'll just sweep it away. My job is to make it spick and span. Don't want anything valuable or invaluable. So that is the impersonal way of understanding. Personal way of understanding is, we keep things which are good. We keep things which are favorable, which are useful, which are meaningful, and remove all those things which are unnecessarily unwanted, harmful. So there is a sense of discrimination, which is called as Sara Asara Buddhi or Sad Asada Vivek Buddhi. With the use of that spiritual intelligence, we discriminate that which is favorable and which is not favorable, and we give up the unfavorable and keep the favorable. The pure devotees do not throw the money away as Maya. We don't touch the money. Money is Maya. Money brings in kalaha and dambha, fights and hypocrisy. I don't want to touch the money. And Srila Prabhupada would receive that time 100,000 rupees as donation. He will ask, when are you giving me next lakh? The next 1 lakh, when are you giving me? Because he was not looking at money as a source of sense gratification for him or anybody else. He was looking at money as Lakshmi Devi, the servant of the Lord, to be used in service of the Lord. So once something which is to be used in service of the Lord, why just reject in the false concept of being Maya? If you see the thing in the proper perspective, then you will see everything is divine. Everything we see connected with the Lord. If you see my spectacles lying somewhere, so my daughter will say, oh, Papa's spectacles. She will not say 50 grams of metal and 20 grams of glasses. She will not say that. So she will be connecting it to the person who is wearing this so-called manipulation of material energy, which has come in the form of chasma, spectacles, which is allowing the father to see things because his vision is not perfect. So when you connect things with the Lord, all things become meaningful. But in that also we use the discriminatory power, although it is connected with the Lord. What is not good for my spiritual advancement, we reject those things also which are created by the Lord and His energies. And that discrimination is very important. That discrimination helps us to reach Krishna, to reach the abode of the Lord, to achieve the service of the Lord, to participate in the divine pastimes of the Lord. That intelligence is required. And it is not that it is only there when you are doing sadhana and when you become pure devotee, you just give up that. No, it will be always with you. It will be always with us. And the more we chant Hare Krishna, it becomes sharper and sharper and sharper. Now I will tell you something about the intelligence. That we are told by our spiritual master that when you study Bhagavad Gita, keep the full intelligence active and on with you. But when you read Srimad Bhagavat, keep that intelligence parked somewhere. Because then all features of intelligence are not required there to understand the leela of the Lord. Why? Because the logic is also part of intelligence, right? Because if I give 50 kilos weight to a 7-year-old boy, then it is not logical, right? He will carry maybe 1 kilo, maybe a bubbly looking bag having 4 wheels. He will carry for his happiness. 1 kilo, 2 kilo weight is there in that. But if you give 50 kilos weight with the child, is illogical, you will not give also. So that much intelligence you have, that you discriminate. But you read in Bhagavatam that Krishna lifted the whole mountain of Govardhan. So this is illogical. And then we start questioning with that intelligence which we are carrying all the time, how it is possible. This is a Kapol Kalpit Katha. This is imaginary story made by some sadhus to entertain children with some virtues. Or suddenly you say that Krishna married 16,108 wives and he multiplied himself into 16,108 forms, and he married each queen in a separate form, and each queen he put garland together, and he got married in one muhurta with all these 16,100 wives, not 108. 8 were already married. So you feel this is impossible. And then when he will leave his home to go to his office, Sudharma assembly, all these 16,108 forms will come out. And when he comes to the final colony gate, the colony is there, na? 16,108 palaces ka ek bada colony hai, divine colony. And he comes out of the gate of the colony, he becomes one. All these forms become one, and one goes to the assembly. And one is performing all the official duties, right? Again, when he leaves in the evening, goes back to his gate, he again becomes 16,108. So he says, oh, this is illogical, this is not logical. Now if you get stuck over here, then the further interesting pastimes are all missed because you are putting a door there by our logical understanding. So you are yourself blocking the entry into Lord's divine pastimes. Or if you say, oh, Krishna was dancing with millions of gopis in the middle of the night, and each one was having one form of Krishna next to her. This is not logical. This is fully, fooling people. But if you stop at that level, then what happened during that beautiful pastime, everything is forbidden for us. We can't even enter. And then we say, oh, that Supreme Lord appeared in Braj Bhumi and is going to the next house and stealing butter. How can the Lord do that? Lord owns everything. Even the butter in the other house also is owned by him. Why is he going and stealing and eating? Everything belongs to him. And why the gopis are complaining? If they should understand he is the Lord and it is his property. If he comes and eats, why you call it stealing? When you call it stealing? When it is your property and somebody else comes and takes it, we say, you are without your permission. Then it is called as stealing. So when you bring this kind of intelligence into Krishna Leela, then there is a big failure here. Nothing can be understood. I'll tell you one small story. How when you bring the Aishwarya understanding of the Lord into the Madhurya situation. Let me explain. Aishwarya means the understanding of Lord's majesty. All his 64 qualities, 16 gunas, 6 Aishwaryas, all the magnanimity, all the unlimited features of the Lord, and with that you see the Lord and you only just fold hands. And you say, Om Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha. Sahasraksha Sahasrapar. Oh my Lord, I bow down to you again and again. Only your head bows down. But the Lord wants to come and embrace you as a friend. You say, Om Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha. Because then that rasa is not possible. When there is too much of awe and respect, that particular mellow is not possible. And Madhurya means what? Nobody knows that he is the Lord. Even though he is fullest form of the Lord, but no one knows that those who are in Madhurya understanding. Hey, well, he is our boy. I have to train him. If he eats dirt, I have to punish him. He will get sick. He will die. I have to send Balram to save him from the banks of Jamuna, because he is tending to always jump. He may fall off. He always keeps guards around Krishna in the form of the coward boys and orients them. Do this, do that. They are on the other extreme. They sometimes want to beat the Lord also. They use bad words to the Lord. They give such kind of words that you cannot even say those words. So Gandharvas one time went to see the Lord in the Vrindavan Dham, in the earthly planet. Because, you know, the great personalities who live in these 14 planetary systems, they don't get chance to see the Lord. Like, you cannot go to Prime Minister's house to meet him, but when Prime Minister comes to Mumbai, you can see him. You can go out of a gallery and stand and sometimes wave also to him. Because you cannot go to him, he only comes to you, that time only you can see him. So when the Lord comes in their material realm, all the demigods get a chance to see the Lord. So they all want to see. That's why when Krishna is born, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is born, Ram is born, all the demigods with their wives and associates are coming to the place of birth in disguise as Brahmanas with gifts and everything. And Mother Sachi and Mother Yashoda, everybody is, Kausalya is just wondering, who are these people? We don't know them. From where they are coming? As if they are invited guests, they are coming. And then she keeps wondering only, because she cannot ask, hey, who are you? Do you have invitation card? They are also very intelligently moving around, having the blessing of the Lord, giving gifts to the Lord, having darshan. And then they vanish and she keeps wondering only, oh, who are they who came and went? So Gandharvas went to Brahma and said, we want to see the Lord, because Lord has come, we heard, in the material, in this our universe, on the earthly planet in Vrindavan. So Brahma gave permission. So they went and they saw in a place called Ganeshara. There is one place in Mathura called Ganeshara, where the Gandharvas saw the Lord. And the Lord was playing with his cowherd brands and everything very nicely. But to this extent it was okay for them. Because they have not removed their Aishwarya cap before coming. They continued wearing the Aishwarya cap and they entered Braj Bhumi, which is Madhurya land. So what happened? They were like, suppose even you, all of you, suppose suddenly you are in the divine darshan of the Lord playing with his cowherd boys and he's stealing butter and putting butter in the mouth, taking the butter out of somebody's mouth and putting in our mouth and then doing all these kind of things. I hope you'll be very happy. I hope you'll be happy. You will not see, what is this happening? I didn't expect the Lord to do this. You know what they did? They caught Madhumangal and they exposed his belly, which is big, you know that. Right? Exposed his belly and with the butter and dahi, they put tilak mark on his abdomen. And then they started laughing. Look how much butter and dahi he has eaten. It is coming out of his abdomen on the skin. Huh? Then they are stealing the tiffin of people, of the boys, and like if I steal your tiffin, it is thrown to that person and you run there and he throws to me and you come here, I throw there again and you keep running and everybody is running and having fun and laughing and loudly. So I hope that all of you will be very happy to see. But the Bichara Gandharvas, they were singing beautifully in the celestial tunes and songs and dancing, apsaras. Everybody was like really exhibiting their service to the Lord. But they were bewildered. What is this? This is Lord? I thought this boy is a Lord, but he is doing something which we cannot imagine doing. If I eat something and my brother, I love my brother very much and I feel, oh, this gulab jamun is very tasty. I've taken one bite. Brother, dear brother, take this. This is very tasty. I cannot understand. But you take something out of his mouth and eat. That is something difficult to understand. Krishna would tell Rukmini, he would cry, suddenly while eating chappan bhog, beautiful chappan bhog. If you are there, you'll be very happy, busy eating. And Krishna also is supposed to eat and he is crying. And then Rukmini is saying, why are you crying? He said, no, nothing. No, tell me, why are you crying? Nobody cries while eating food. So she insists. So he says, you know what, we will not believe, but I'll not tell you. No, please tell me. So he says, I am remembering my mother when I was a small child. I had no teeth in my gum, in my mouth. So hard things like, we can understand, kadak bundi laddu, which is very hard. She would put in her mouth, she would bite it, make a nice sweet paste with her sweet saliva. Then she will take it out of her mouth and put in the mouth of Krishna. And Krishna is saying, that taste is not there in your chappan bhoga. How to understand this? Huh? You are in the Aishwarya Bhumi, Dwaraka, with all these Aishwarya Lakshmis, sitting and serving Krishna the best of their capacity. Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama Sevya Manav. And you are telling that Lakshmi that I am remembering that pasted laddu, which is filled with loving saliva of my mother Yashoda. But she understood that was more tasty than this chappan bhoga, which I am serving him with, fanning him constantly and asking him what else you would like to have. So Gandharvas are not happy, and they're happy, but they are bewildered more than happy. And they just finally got so bewildered, they stopped singing, stopped dancing, and they just went back to Brahma and said, Brahma, our heads have become very heavy and hot. We couldn't understand how that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Param Purushottama, Leela Purushottama, Vaikuntha Adipati, Akhil Brahmanda Nayak, Paratpar Bhagavan, all these Birudavalis, that means all these designations who enjoys, we can't believe that he is eating from the mouth of the Vaishyas. Here we are Brahmanas, all the Devatas, we are worshipping, we are doing so much purity and Shuchi, Ashuchi, we are very careful about, we offer with such a grandeur and we wait for a long time, then we take out, then we transfer and then we honor as Maha Prasad of the Lord. And he is eating from the mouth of the Vaishyas, the cowards, which are not even Brahmins. How we can understand this? So by hearing this from the Gandharvas, even Brahma got bewildered. This is the power of association, positive or negative. Brahma got bewildered. And that time only, unfortunately, coincidentally, the news was spreading everywhere that Aghasur is a demon who is terrorizing even people in Brahmaloka. The terror of Aghasur was spreading not in other Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Svaraloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka. All lokas, inhabitants were in terror because of Aghasur. And when these people came and told, the second news came that boy killed Aghasur. Sometimes, such kind of bewildering informations come together to sink you more. So he got more bewildered. But believe me, the beginning of his bewilderment began from the association of bewildered Gandharvas who had gone with Aishwarya mode to see the Madhuri Leela in Madhuri land. So that is why I am telling again that Sads Asad Viveka Buddhi you utilize when you study Bhagavad Gita. Upanishads also fine because they are also very kidscut. Kidscut means difficult to, it's like Karela is good for health, very, very good for health. It improves digestion, it ignites the fire of digestion, it really helps you to purify the blood, and there are a big list of benefits of Karela. But tell me honestly, how many people like Karela? I am the one who like Karela very much. Anytime you can give me throughout the year. I love it. But although it is great in health, most of the people, 95% of people don't like it. But when you eat Karela and begin your meal, we are supposed to, and then comes sweet, and then comes sabji, it becomes very tasty. You try it. You eat Karela. You try it, I am telling you. You try the fritters or whatever. Let's say in Bengal they eat lafada first, where the Karela is the ingredient in that. You eat that first and you increase your appetite and digestive capacity, and then you honor everything and then you really enjoy. So similarly, our today's pravachan, maybe it must have begun with Karela, I think, because of the Virat Rupa and impersonal Brahman and this and that and rejected and not rejected, accepted. Okay, it doesn't matter. It will give you the taste on your tongue. It will clean your tongue for the next sweet which is coming. So, but at the same time, however kadwa or bitter the Karela is, it is important ingredient of Shad Rasas. The 6 kind of taste that we are supposed to eat, it is very important. We must honor Karela, give its own due respect and get all the benefit, even though apparently you may not like it. Because it increases the taste of all the foods that you are going to eat next and also helps you to digest those foods also. So, that's how in the beginning of spiritual life we need to know who is God, who is not God. More important than knowing who is God, better first know who is not God. But there is likelihood that in your emotional upsurge you will believe somebody has God in the beginning only and then totally get misled. That's why studying philosophy with good intelligence in place is very important, so that we reach the door of the pure existence, and then you go and enjoy inside. But till the time, use your discrimination. Don't get distracted here and there. That's why studying philosophy is important. In long-term nature, long-term life, the philosophy will help you to save yourself, especially in distress, not to get totally sunk and get destroyed. So, each and every moment of life in Vrindavan is full of festivities. That same Lord who is showing Virat Rupa to Arjuna in this material world, in Kurukshetra, the same Lord who is a friend of Arjuna, is dear darling friend of Arjuna, is showing something which is not happy to see and requesting come back to your original form. The same Lord is in Vrindavan, performing his pastimes. And today what is happening in all over India? Pitru Paksha, right? What is Pitru Paksha? It is supposed to be offering oblations to our beloved forefathers who have left this world. Time to offer respect to them, trying to remember the gratitude that we have for them, express our gratitude, offer food to them, offer water to them, Jalanjali to them. So we don't do anything which is auspicious, like we don't get marriages done, we don't do new purchases, we don't do renovation of the house, we don't do anything which is so-called Shubha Karya, not maybe divine Karya. And we wait for even to match the horoscope. Suppose some proposal comes, we say, after 3rd October. Not now. Don't even discuss, don't even talk about it. It is inauspicious to do anything auspicious in this time. Times are not inauspicious. The activities of auspicious nature should not be performed in this time. And my dear friends, I want to tell you that do not neglect this Pitru Paksha. People are nowadays very free, they don't feel it's not required. Gone is gone, gone are gone. Why should you bother about those who are gone? Consider about those who are there. This is like modern philosophy, you know. Who are in front of you, take care of them. Why you are offering water to some unknown entity who is gone and left you? They don't have any body also. And you offer here and you believe that it goes there. No, there is a science behind it. And that is the beauty of our culture. And we have to maintain it. Please understand one thing. Your culture will not be maintained by somebody else. Your culture has to be maintained by you only. As much as your health is supposed to be maintained by you, not by your relatives and friends. If you are a Sanatan Dharmi, your Sanatan Dharma is supposed to be maintained by you, not by other Sanatan Dharmi or what other than Sanatan Dharmis. They will maintain their Dharma. You will maintain your Dharma. Who will respect your Dharma? You will respect your Dharma. Why you expect them to respect your Dharma? Forget following, even respecting. You have to respect and follow your Dharma. And you have to become proud of your Dharma. Why they should become proud of your Dharma? They are proud of their Dharma. But we are not proud of our Dharma. We are giving up our symbols, our activities, our rituals, everything we are giving up in the name of becoming modern. We are being stolen away. All things are being stolen away from us in the name of being modern. This is not being modern. This is degradation. This is giving up of yourself. Our self-esteem, our glory, where we belong to, it's all, we are giving up ourselves only. And still we feel proud about giving up. When I wear jeans and I wear t-shirt, I feel proud. I am so modern. I'm not modern. I'm just sold out. That's all. I'm sold out to some cheap culture in the name of being modern. While I don't respect my own culture, which is so precious and so glorious. So please do not. We have to revive all these things. Although we are the pathik or the passengers of the path of pure bhakti, we need to follow all these rituals and do our duties nicely. Set a good example, because you are in India. You are not abroad where there is no religion, there is nothing. There is nothing. Some people are having column, religion, no religion. They have given up. I just can't believe how can there be no religion. But there are people who choose to be of no religion. Although father was Christian, mother was Islamic, but child says, I have no religion. I don't want to be belonging to any religion. This is not advancement. This is degradation. And we are from the glorious country of India. Anyways, when there is Pitru Paksha going on, We don't do any auspicious activity. But in Vrindavan Dham, in Pitru Paksha, what is happening? Yes, Brajvasis are very religiously doing Shraddha. I know so many of Brajvasis, genuine Brajvasis are busy in doing Shraddhas, and they also follow, not doing anything great. But the Braj Bhumi is transcendental to all these rituals and all these so-called Karma Kanda activities, although they have their own position. And what is happening in Braj Bhumi? Saanjhi leela is taking place at this time. When here Bhadra Purnima, on the day of Bhadra Purnima, the Pitru Paksha starts, because some people die in Purnima Tithi also. So we have to do Shraddha on Purnima Tithi. Purnima to Amavasya, there are 16 Tithis. Pitru Paksha is made of 16 days. That day we celebrate Bhadra Purnima, but that day Pitru Paksha start, and that day only Saanjhi Leela start. Now let me explain to you what is Saanjhi Leela. Saanjhi Devi is one of the forms of Durga Devi that exists in Braj Bhumi only. Some places also there is there, Bihar and other places, but mostly in Braj Bhumi. And Saanjhi Devi is worshipped in these 15 days by all the Brajvasis, especially gopis. And what they do? They go and pick flowers. Of course, they pick flowers throughout the year, not that only 15 days. But this is a specific festival of plucking flowers, making petals, and there's something called as Saanjhi, which is a physical existence. For example, suppose this particular Vyasasana is square. Imagine this is 4 times bigger, this particular square here. So that particular square is raised to the, like it is raised here. So on the raised platform, they make a platform of 4 times size bigger than this, and that is, they put so much layer of cow dung, pure cow's dung, maybe 2 inches thick. They all make a platform and they dry it around morning time. By afternoon time, Raj Bhoga Aarti is over, it is already dried up and is a very beautiful cow dung platform. And then that cow dung platform is decorated with multiply colored flowers, with a theme that they will draw with flowers, some theme there, like boating pastimes of Krishna, like Kokilavan pastimes of Krishna, like stealing butter pastime of Krishna, like Krishna feeding laddu to Radharani pastime. They will put up on that and decorate it. I just cannot describe it to you. You have to see it yourself. Sometimes even Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, many places, I cannot describe what's happening here. Mahaprabhu is dancing, but I cannot describe you how he is dancing. All devotees are dancing, I cannot describe to you how they are dancing. Even sometimes when His Holiness Radhanath Swami dances and somebody is wanted to hear how he is dancing, you can't describe that, how he is dancing. You want to say he is dancing very beautifully. What kind of motion you cannot imagine. So like that Saanjhi is, whatever that preparation is, so beautiful, so full of variety. And that particular Saanjhi, when it is ready, it takes 3-4 hours. Many hundreds of ladies come together and singing songs, they make that Saanjhi. And that Saanjhi is offered to Saanjhi Devi. That Saanjhi Devi's form is made of cow dung on the wall. Like on the Govardhan Puja, if you go to Vrindavan, they make cow dung form of Krishna on the ground, lifting Govardhan. And on the navel, on the Nabhi, they put Shaligram Shila and then do puja, worship, offering everything to that Nabhi. So that is on the ground, but this is made on the wall. And it's decorated with eyes and flowers and garland and everything on the wall itself. And that Devi, they offer this Saanjhi. And there's a procedure. After you make the Saanjhi, you offer it in the evening time, twilight time. And all of them will get dressed up nicely and they will come and they will offer that Saanjhi to Saanjhi Devi and then sing songs. So you require a Purohit to make the offerings of the Saanjhi. Like you have Ganpati at home, then you bring the Ganpati Murti at home and you require a Pandit or Purohit to invoke the presence of Lord Ganesh in that Murti. So a lot of procedures are there, 2-3 hours it takes to do Pratisthapana. And then you offer Aarti, Bhoga, everything, Panchopachar, Shodashopachar, Pujan. So every time you do something, you require a Purohit. So Radharani is now, she has made a Saanjhi, very beautiful Saanjhi. And then she is waiting for a Purohit to come. Suddenly one very beautiful lady comes, dressed up as a Brahmani. And she says, I will do your puja. looking at the beauty of this particular Brahmani, all the gopis, they become mesmerized. Suppose somebody, Purohit comes to your house. Do you embrace the Purohit? Purohit ji, I love you. So sweet you are. No, you say, Dandvat Pranam, Maharaj ji, baithiye. You like to have water, fruit, something before you start puja. Only awe and reverence is there. But as soon as this particular lady came, everybody embraced with great love and affection. They were just overwhelmed with the beauty of this lady Purohit. And then they started worshipping, and they were saying that she's so expert in her worship and offering of Saanjhi. They were like wonderstruck the way she was offering the Saanjhi. So they were discussing how wonderful, how expert she is. And after that, she started singing after offering Saanjhi to the Saanjhi Devi. And when she started singing, all the gopis, Lalita, Vishakha, Radharani, they all started dancing. And then they started raising their hands and dancing in a very beautiful movements. And when she raised her hands to dance, Lalita Devi saw a flute stuck in the waist. And she removed her veil and exposed him, not her, exposed him as Krishna. And they were so happy to know, oh Krishna, today you disguised as Purohit lady. And they started clapping loudly and dancing. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So there are unlimited Saanjhi pastimes like this, in which in this form, in this leela, he came as Shama Gopi, you can say, disguised as a Gopi, and he performed Saanjhi worship. Now this is the 15 days, especially, the gopis will choose to go to forest. They have all knowledge about forest. This forest is good for these flowers, this forest is good for that flowers, this forest is good for multiple flowers. So one of the forests is Kusum 1, which is at the Govardhan, which is famous for flower plucking pastimes. Not only in Pitru Paksha, Saanjhi Lila timings, but all over the year. So one day, there are this kind of pastimes of variety of nature, different. So one pastime I'm telling you quickly. One day the Gopas came and told Krishna that today we have heard that all gopis are going to Kusum Sarovar. I mean Kusum 1, not Sarovar came afterwards, which is far from Nandagaon. It takes time to go there and time to come back. So when they told, let's go and tease them, nicely disturb them. So they're also disturbing us many times, so we'll have good opportunity today. So Krishna said that, I'm not feeling well today so much. I cannot go for far distance. So you all go and you herd your cows and you come back. Knowing well, then when Krishna will not go to herd cows with them, they will not go far distance because they will not be able to stay so long away from Krishna. So they will go short distance and come back. He knew that. And then he let them go and they all went away. And he knew he will go very close by. Then he disguised and he left. And gopis have reached Kusum Sarovar and they are enamored by the beautiful variety of flowers in the whole forest, and they just are stuck to one tree and they are plucking their flowers and putting in their cloth, and they are not like us. They are not watching WhatsApp while plucking the flowers. They are not taking the phone call while they are plucking flowers. They are immersed completely. If one gopi is told, you bring yellow flowers, her life's goal is to only look at yellow flower. Nothing, even pink flower, very beautiful than yellow flower, she will not look at. And those who are looking at pink flower, they will not look at yellow flower, however beautiful it is. The yellow flower is very attractive. The color of Radharani, they may distract. No, they are not distracted. They are very focused, fully. So everybody is immersed. No one is talking to anybody. They are fully immersed in plucking the flowers. And then Radharani gets stuck in the thorny bushes. When time comes to go, she cannot get out because she is stuck various places. She didn't know that. So so she was struggling, and the girls are saying, come, we are going, come, they are already leaving. Suddenly, one man with big moustache, with a black mole over here, with a feta, with a danda in the hand, he comes there, he sees Radharani stuck in the bushes, and he very lovingly comes and releases her from all the thorny attachments. And he goes away. And Radharani also goes away to meet the girlfriends. So girlfriend says, let's go. But she is not moving only. She is telling, somehow the person who released me from the thorns has taken my heart away when he went away. I want to meet him. My legs are not moving. Please help me, oh dear friends, to meet that person. So they just, what to do? Radharani is not coming home, we have to go back with her. So they search for him and they find him. And then they have a good dialogue and they are discussing, who are you? Why you are coming here? So they explained, we are Saanjhi leela, we need flowers and all. So he said, how you come here every day? This is not good. This is my forest. Kamadev owns this particular forest. I am supposed to be the guard of this forest. Now I just released you, but now I come to you are criminals. You are coming on the other's property and stealing flowers from here. I must arrest you. And then loving feelings become hot in hot discussions. And they started moving their hands and like in action-packed drama. And Lalita Devi sees the flute again. He just takes away his and flute. And he just removes all his mustache. Everything is all stuck on the upper lips. And then they feel very happy. And then, oh, how did you choose to take this form today? So he tells in brief that boys had come in the morning that we'll go today together. But I just tricked them away. Today I wanted to meet you alone in the forest of Kusum 1. So what do you do with the flowers? He said, oh, every day we pick the flowers and we go to Jamuna, clean them, and then we make Saanjhi. So let's go to Jamuna. So they said, no, how can we walk with you? If my mother comes to know, our mothers will come to know, then they will punish us. We cannot go publicly walking with you. So what do? How do you wash the flowers? Arey, I'll call Jamuna over here. What is the problem? So Krishna invoked Jamuna. He just thumped his heel on the ground and created a big hole, and Yamuna came and filled up. And that became Kusum Sarovar. And then so then Krishna says, the girls say, oh, with all these things, so much time has gone, we washed our flowers. It's getting very late. So many girls went away and few girls remained there. And Krishna has another desire. He says, can I decorate your hair with these flowers? They said, good, please do it. Then Radharani sits and releases her hair and Krishna decorates her hair. And by that time it gets very late and it's a very beautiful experience. Some Sakhis are standing there watching this beautiful scene, Krishna decorating the hair of Radharani. And then it's over, then they say, oh, it's very late today, very late. Who will decorate our Saanjhi? All time is gone. When will decorate our Saanjhi? When will offer? Say, you don't worry. I will decorate all your Saanjhis. I will go. And that day, before these remaining gopis reach home, Krishna reaches their home as a lady and decorates the Saanjhi, prepares it beautifully in an extremely high speed. And we don't need to tell that theirs were the best Saanjhis that day in the whole village of Barsana. Haribol. Another pastime is that gopis are selecting flowers, plucking flowers, and then with their immersed plucking flowers, suddenly they hear the sound of a stick being stuck on the ground. Tuck, tuck, tuck. That means somebody is coming. And naturally when you hear in the bushes, in the garden, flower garden, somebody is coming, Mali only is coming, na? The gardener is coming. And as soon as the first sound came, the all gopis came out of their meditation and they told, Radharani, Sriji, run, Lalita, Vishaka, run. The Mali is coming, the gardener is coming. So they all somehow they also are stuck a little bit here, but they are able to remove and then some flowers are falling on the ground. Who cares? Run away from here with whatever flowers you have got. And they all run away. And they actually all go away, calling Radharani, leave. And suddenly she also comes out of meditation. But she finds herself stuck in many thorns. And in the struggle of removing the thorn, all the flowers fell on the ground. And by the time the sound of the stick is becoming louder and louder and louder. And now it is just next to you, close by. And after some time, along with the stick sound, you see a big person with a big feta. And again I told you, black mole here with angry looking eyes, big eyebrows and big mustaches, angry look on his face, very tough looking man, having a stick in the hand. He just stands there right in front of Radharani and Radharani is trembling. She is sweating like anything. Her Kapal Pradesh is filled with Gharma Bindu, that is the sweat drops, and she is looking here, looking there, no friends are around. She is wondering what to do now. And you can see this man is standing like this, with unblinking, big, angry red eyes, looking, staring, focused at Radharani. That means you are going to get punished now, you are going to get caught. And these scenes of silence, like Radharani is trembling and fearful, and this man looking sternly to Radharani, goes on for a while, which is like Yugayitam Nimeshena. It's like long period of time. Nothing is happening, but you are so tremblingly fearful. And suddenly, this man smiles. And Radharani also, oof. He removes his feta, removes his mustache, takes out his flute, and he comes to know that is Krishna. So she's asking, oh, I was so scared. So why did you do this? Today I wanted to meet you alone. So why I was waiting like this for a long time? I was making sure that the gopis were calling you, Radhe, Radhe, they go differently far away. But they are watching me coming, so they are really running. They are not going to come back to save you. So I was standing here to make sure that their sound also is not heard. Then I smiled. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Now what to do? All the flowers are fallen on the ground. Krishna picked the flowers up. And then again same thing he asked, what to do? We go to Jamuna to wash. But she said, no, I can't walk with you. All the ladies will tell everybody if you see you. Then I'll call Jamuna over here. So Krishna called Jamuna there. And then he is alone with her now. No gopis are there in the second pastime. He says, I will today like to decorate your hair. She becomes very happy. And then she is holding a mirror in front of her hand. Generally when we, ladies, all of you girls, when you were small, your mother used to comb your hair. So what would you see in the mirror when mother is combing your hair? Not mother. You are not a girl, how you know that? All girls look at themselves. Oh, why are you doing this? Do it slowly, it's hard, hurting me. And do the parting over here, do this and plaiting like that. So we keep on instructing mother, looking at you. Radharani is not looking at herself at all. Radharani cannot stay without seeing Krishna for a moment also. So the mirror is only one purpose, to see Krishna decorating her hair. She is only turning the mirror to see how Krishna is turning to decorate her hair. And Krishna uses all his skills to decorate Radharani's hair. And that is the pastime of Kusum Sarovar. Krishna is eternally dressing the hair of Radharani at the banks of Kusum Sarovar. That is where Sri Krishna helped her to wash her flowers and beautifully decorated her. There is also one called Padarvan, where they go to pluck the flowers. Very famous. It is just near Barsana, very near Brajeshwar Mahadev. And that is where when gopis came to pluck the flowers, Krishna came there to play his flute. And little rain drops were falling. And that time Krishna took out his flute and started playing. With the flute sound, the peacocks gathered, the clouds started pouring more rains, and it was like heavy rains and peacocks dancing and Krishna playing flute, and the flute became completely wet in the water. Still the flute is giving beautiful sounds, and the gopis are watching. And what they are saying? Look at the fortune of the flute. It is so wet, with drenching with water, but it is not stopping giving beautiful sounds, because it is touching the lotus lips of Krishna. Adharoshta, Amruta, Adharoshta, Amrut, she is drinking. She is so fortunate, daughter of the bamboo coming from earth. How fortunate that flute is. And they are glorifying the flute and watching Krishna playing the flute in the middle of the rains. Also happened during the plucking of the flowers. And Kusum Sarovar is such filled with beautiful pastimes. I'll just enumerate them because the time is already over. It is the place where Uddhav has become blade of grass. It is a place where Uddhav came out of blade of grass position to human being and spoke Srimad Bhagavatam for 30 days for the wives of Krishna and delivered them back home, back to Godhead by narrating his 30-day Bhagavatam. There was no limit of 7 days. You can describe as you want. He spoke for 30 days. Kusum Sarovar is the place where Ashtavakra Muni got darshan of Krishna. and went back to Godhead from there. Kusum Sarovar is the place where Narad Muni was given bath by Vrinda Gopi, Madhvi Gopi, and given the body of Naradiya Gopi, and was taken in the middle of the Ratna Simhasan, and Narad Muni served Radha and Krishna. There are beautiful chambers at Kusum Sarovar where many chambers, and in most inner chamber Radha Krishna are residing and performing their pastimes. So even Naradiya Gopi was taken inside the inner chamber to have darshan of Radha and Shyam Sundar. Narad Muni went from there to Narad Kunda and wrote Narada Pancharatrika Vidhi Shastra on the order of Radharani. So unlimited. Balramji resides over there as his last destiny point. Because beyond that, Radha Kunda Ghera comes, the area of Radha Kund, where only Madhuri Lila takes place. So no Sakha can enter, but he wants to see. So he resides there and hidingly is watching all the beautiful pastimes of Radha Krishna. So Kusum Sarovar is an extremely esoteric, lovely place connected to Saanjhi Leela. And this Saanjhi Leela is taking place from Bhadra Purnima to Bhadra Amavasya. First 10 days till Dashmi, all the Saanjhis are made with flower petals. And Ekadashi to today is Ekadashi? Sorry, tomorrow, yesterday. From yesterday till the Amavasya day, the Saanjhis are made only of colors. So 5 days of color, 11 days of only flowers. And in Vrindavan, like we go to Chula and we go to 3:30, we leave home and we go from every temple to temple to temple, to small to big temple, and we keep on watching Chula in every temple. All variety of big, small, big, decorated Julas are there. And 9:30 tak we go, when temple closes we have to come back. So many variety of Jula darshans are there. Like that in Saanjhi times, Saanjhi Paksha, I have been there many times, and we just go at 3:30 and go on visiting temples after temples after temples, including small houses also, which they have smaller Saanjhis. There are Saanjhis in Radharaman temple, in Radha Vallabh temple, in all the Gaudiya temples, in Radharani's Barsana temple, in Nandagaon, of various themes are there. Unlimited Saanjhis are there, and there are some Saanjhis very famous, like Raghunath Bhatta Goswami's temple is there, called Bhattaji Mandir, just next to Radha Vallabh temple. One of the best of Saanjhis are there, famous in Brajbhumi. Even the Goswamis will tell you, go to that temple, don't forget to see Bhattaji's Saanjhi. So this is like when everybody is doing Pitru Paksha activities in other cities of India, Brajbhumi is enjoying Saanjhi Leela. Jai Ho! Bolo Saanjhi Devi ki, Vrindavan Dham ki, Radha Rani ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Anybody has any question about Karela or about sweet? Yes, microphone de dijiye. And please tell me how much time we have. I can stop it. Microphone, please.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for such a wonderful class. Yeah.
हाँ, माता जी को भी देना है उसके बाद में.
Yes. This is some out of the class question. How do we get out from midlife, you can say, bhakti area?
Straight from cow dung and flowers, we are coming to midlife crisis.
Yes. Where you cannot descend towards material life and cannot ascend towards the bhakti life. So
each and every period of life is favorable for ascending to Krishna. First point you have to understand. There is no time in life of childhood or youthhood or marriage and then midlife and old age, nothing unfavorable. Yes, as a doctor I can tell you, physiologically you have changes in the body, and typically at this age we feel lonely, left out, purposeless, or goalless in life. But if you are already serious into sadhana, you don't undergo any midlife crisis. I can assure you that. What we have to do is never give up satsang. Do regular satsanga, come to regular satsang, do regular sadhana attentively, regularly read scriptures, regularly worship the Lord, go to temple and have darshan, eat prasadam regularly without fail, don't eat outside. I guarantee you, with a serious committed performance of sadhana, you will never undergo midlife crisis.
I'm saying midlife crisis with midlife bhakti.
Nothing like midlife bhakti. Bhakti is always progressing from ado shraddha, tada sadhu sangha, tata bhajana kriya, tata anartha nivrutti. This is the bhakti's progress. There is nothing like midlife bhakti.
Okay.
We can be in midlife in ado shraddha only. That's possible.
Okay.
So all these material rules now, they don't apply to bhakti, Prabhu. Please understand. Bhakti is not affected by any material situation as per Rupa Goswami's statement in Nectar of Devotion. So there is nothing like midlife bhakti. Just do bhakti, keep doing. Bhakti is unlimited. There is nothing like mid stage of bhakti. Bhakti, all stages are divine, transcendental, and we have to just go one after another. And with great enthusiasm, keep association of enthusiastic devotees, and this way you will get freed from the effect of so-called material midlife crisis. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna. Thank you.
Mataji ko de do. Anybody else is there? Please raise hand, otherwise we'll... Yes. Mataji, you have to show your hand. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Bal Gopal Roop is there in Vaikuntha? Bal Leelas are there?
Everything is there in spiritual world. But it is said that Bal Gopal Roop is not there in spirit. I also read this one. It is not impossible for Krishna to show Bal Rupa in spiritual world, but some things he keep distinct from spiritual world to material world. In that, showing Bal Rupa of Lord Ram, Lord Krishna is there in only material world when he appears here. So when Ramchandra he appeared, everybody came to see the Bal form of Krishna, Lord Ram. When he came as Bal Krishna, all demigods came to see him in Yashoda's place. Also the demons are not there killing, demons and demon killing is not there in spiritual world. So he comes and does that activity in the material world. So, but technically speaking, it is not impossible for Krishna to show Bal Rup to Yashoda in spiritual world. Why the demigods come to material world to see Bal Rup of Krishna? Because they are unable to go to spiritual world. Even if there is spiritual world, there is Bal Rupa of Krishna, they are not qualified to go there. So they have to wait till he comes in the material world. So technically I can say it's not impossible for him. He must be having Bal Rupa there, but all demigods cannot see there. That's why they wait to he sees Bal Rupa over here in the material world. Any other question? Prabhuji, you can speak here only, I'll repeat the question. Devotee form to our parents. Please listen carefully. Sometimes we show our devotee form to our parents. Hari bol. But they want us to be in our original form. Original, glorious material form. They want us to be. So what is the question?
And I'm also like thinking, sometimes mind tells, oh, life achada, like sometimes we have that entanglement of our previous past conditionings that stops us from aspiring from the pure devotional service.
But you are sitting over here, I don't believe that you are aspiring for that original form.
No. But certain situations in life, they pull you out to the material, you can say that material association. So how can we always aspire for a pure devotional association?
The answer which I gave him, same answer applies to you also.
Yes.
The formula remains same, Prabhuji. Whatever problems we have, some of them may have husband-wife problems, some of them may have children and parents problems, some of them may have in-laws problems, some of them have financial problems, some of them have so many other problems. The antidote to come out of all these material problems is a strong sadhana. Even may not be in the Siddha stage, in Sadhaka stage, in the conditioned stage also. Continue your sadhana, you will not be tempted to go back. Yes, the so-called material life which we were into before appears sometimes very attractive because a lot of enjoyment was there, a lot of sense gratification was there. But now that we chanted Hare Krishna, there's some understanding is there that was all Maya, temporary, it was not giving me satisfaction to what I wanted. I had to jump from one to another sense gratification to get that satisfaction, which was never available to me, although I tried. Now, I am not having that pleasure of attempting also, and I am not having Shuddha Bhakti Ananda also. I am like in between, Trishanku, hanging in between. Na yaha ka, na waha ka, na ghar ka, na ghat ka. But in that stage, we are advised to continue steadily in our sadhana with full faith that you have booked a ticket of Churchgate, so Churchgate will come. You are now in Matunga, don't get discouraged, it is very far from here. I have travelled from Virar, it is already far from Virar to Matunga also. But still with faith we continue being in the train so that we will reach Churchgate. So like that, do not give up the association of devotees, do not give up intensity of sadhana, read scriptures, get convinced. Whenever you feel a little low, run to devotees, talk to them, discuss with them, get strength from them. You can get strength from them, only those who have strength. You cannot get strength from weaklings. So go to strong devotees, get their association, get their inspiration, continue, but don't go back. Because once you go back, like in the mountain, suppose you are on that big peak mountain and you put your foot on the slippery platform. Then how do you go down? Very fast. Is there any rescue in between? Anybody can come and fly in the sky and catch you in between? No. They have to just watch you, how beautifully you are coming down. So that is why that stepping on that slippery road is like trying to go back to the material life which we left. There is no, you cannot hold yourself, you cannot hold anybody else, nobody can hold you, you have to just go down. That is why we keep association of devotees. In that association of devotees, only you will get the taste, the ananda that you are looking for, that your soul is looking for, which can satisfy you. So I think with this we end our Sunday discussion. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai.